Ronda, where are you going to get your motivation by winning these fights? Not only in the first round, now you're winning them under 30 seconds. I mean, it's how do you get motivation to keep going forward when it seems like there's a pretty clear gap between you and the rest of the division?
Well, it only seems like that because I am so motivated already. And if I stopped being motivated, then these fights would probably drag out a lot longer. And I still have a lot of improvements to make still. I want to retire undefeated and be known as one of the greatest of all time. And that takes a lot more work than what I've done so far.
Talk a little bit about the improvement in your hands. I think it was before your Carmouche fight, Edmund was saying he thought you could go to the Olympics if you chose and win a medal in boxing in the Olympics. Now, it was a while back, but your hands have seemingly progressed every fight. Do you feel like, as confident in your hands as you do in your submission game?
Well, maybe not as confident because I have a decade and a half of experience grappling and doing judo. And I really only have 4 years of experience with striking. But I haven't really picked up a gi and done judo since I started doing MMA. I felt like if I wanted to be comfortable as a complete mixed martial artist, then I really had to immerse myself in the striking game and make that a strength instead of something I was trying to avoid. So it's catching up, but I still have a lot of work left to do.
Even just 16 seconds, we thought you get out unscathed, but you didn't. I guess there's a cut on your hand, and you said the knee surgery as well. Can you just detail us on kind of what your condition is, and I guess maybe what the rest of your year does look like?
Well, it turns out that from the last 2 camps for 168 and 170, I kept ripping my knuckle open and just covering it up and hitting on it still. All I did was just make sure it didn't get infected, and I guess I ended up developing a cyst under my knuckle, and after the McMahon fight, I should have taken it more seriously and gone into the doctor and got it taken out, and I just kind of kept dismissing it, and I ended up ripping it open with that first overhand right, and I just got 9 stitches in my hand. Hopefully the cyst is actually gone, but I have to go to the doctor and get it checked out, make sure. And with the knee surgery, it's just something that, kind of more maintenance that I need to do. And so it's not really a major knee surgery at all. It's just a scope. I literally walk out of there. I'd be 100% after 2 weeks after that one. And I'll go to the doctor and see what they say about the hand.
Left or right?
Right hand, right knee. But I'm left-handed, so it's all good.
In the cage, Dana obviously said it was a little unfair. I think a lot of people felt it was unfair to even ask you that at that point, to say, can you step in on a month's notice? What's running through your mind at that point? Obviously, you want to step up and be a company person, but I know we talked before the fight, and you said this is probably the time where you need to take some time off.
Well, everyone kept asking me what I was doing for this fight to make it more difficult, because I always say I do something to make it more difficult on myself. And so I was waiting till the press conference to tell everybody that I was going to get knee surgery. And I just kind of got put on the spot. And I was like, well, I have to make sure I'm medically cleared first. I just want to make sure that I'm healthy. And I'm down to fight at any time. I just want to be healthy. And that's one of the mistakes that I made in judo, is I competed too much when I shouldn't have. And it seemed not very characteristic of the company when I got put on the spot. To be honest, I was very surprised. But they know that I'm down to fight whenever I can, and I'm physically able. And as soon as I'm physically able, then I'll be back and ready to go again.
And I know they brought it up in the post-fight interview, but you did seem to turn a corner a little bit with fans this week. You get a lot of cheers. Ultimately, it doesn't affect your performance, but you saw it with some other fighters as well. You kind of see that turn of the corner with the fans. I mean, does that mean something to you to kind of have that support?
It's nice to have a support, but I mean, if you allowed the cheers to make you feel good, then you also allowed the boos to make you feel bad. And so I appreciate all the passion that comes from the fans. However, it does come, and I appreciate people caring so much. But I try not to let the opinions of people that I don't personally know affect my happiness too much. I'm just happy that people care at all.
Okay, thank you. And Ronda, for you, kind of following up on the whole knee thing, how bad has your knee been, and for how long? Because a lot of time people kind of work through this, and really it's an issue that they maybe should have addressed earlier than they do.
Oh, well, it's kind of been a whole life thing. I tore my ACL when I was 16, and then when I was doing judo, I was pretty much getting knee surgery every 2 years. And then when I started doing MMA, it actually healed a lot, and it hadn't really been giving me too much trouble. And when I did the Misha and McMahon fight back to back, it was really, I had put so much wear on it, when not resting in between. And with McMahon, I had to do so much wrestling that my knee was really starting to act up. But then I rested after that, and it started feeling better. And I knew I had to get surgery, but it wasn't really imminent. You know, my knee is really stable. Like, all the ligaments are fine. There's just some junk floating around in there. Like, I went and did press the other day, and it was like, on the press conference day, like, there was something like moving around in there, and it was bugging me. But by the time I was done with media, it somehow worked itself out. You know, it's just one of those things that it's annoying, and it actually got better for this camp because I did like less wrestling, and we didn't really do that much legs for this camp. But it's something that I need to take care of. I can't put it off forever, and I'd rather do it now instead of risk it getting worse.